Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to KG Techs. This is the 8th video on Python programming playlist, and in today's video we will learn about continue, break and else statement. In previous video we have talked about what is a for loop and what is a while loop and how we can use that in our real-time scenarios. Okay, so basically when you are inside a loop, a repetitive set of actions gets executed. For example, if you are using sequence like list, tuple, dictionary or sets etc., the for loop will iterate until the last item processed within the sequence. So if you are using a while loop, then the loop will iterate until the condition remains true. If the condition gets false, the while loop will be the control will be come out from the while loop. Okay. So what if you want to stop the loop immediately if certain condition gets true and you don't want to iterate further inside the loop? Or let's say for certain conditions if you don't want to execute the further line of code, or you just want to skip it and go to the next iteration. Okay, so that's something we can achieve inside for loop using break and continue statements. Okay, so break statement basically helps to stop the execution immediately inside the loop and the control comes out from the loop. Okay, continuous statement is used to skip the executing further actions inside loop while comes after continue statement and go to the next iteration. Okay, we have a else statement which basically executes when loop completes normally, or you can say it executes end to end while encountering a break statement. Let's define a docstring on the module level. Description: tutorial on control statements. Okay, and here we are going to see break statement, continue and else statement. Okay, let's see the example of a break statement first. Okay, so let's write a program where we will find out the index of all the items which is available inside the list. Okay, so let's define one list. My list is equal to, let's say, let's define a fruit list. Okay, um, let's say apple, mango, banana, cherry, date, etc. Okay, and let's find out the index of this all the items which is available inside this list. Okay, programmatically. So we are not going to use here the enumerate function. We will directly try to find out manually. Okay, so let's say index is equal to 0 for fruit in my underscore list, print index of fruit is index. Okay, and here we will increment the index with 1. Okay, let's run this program and see what is the output. Okay, and here you can see this index of apple is 0, 1, 2, 3 and date, the index of date is a 4 here. Okay, so so now you can see all the items get processed when we will use the for loops. Okay, what if I want to find out the index of the cherry, and as soon as I will find out the cherry I need to come out from this loop. Okay, I don't want to iterate it further. Okay, so in that case what we need to do is, if fruit is equal to cherry, and here you can write the print statement, index of cherry is index. Okay, let's comment this code and then you need to break from here. Okay, and let's print all the fruits here. Okay, let's run this program And now you can see first this 3 has got iterated, or let's write this print statement above. Let's rerun this program. Now you can see apple it has found, okay, it iterated, okay, apple, mango, banana, cherry here, okay. But as soon as it found the cherry, it it went inside this particular if statement. It printed the index of this cherry, and it has break this statement here, okay. So basically after that, if you can see, this date is not printed over here inside this for loop, okay, because this loop has got terminated immediately as soon as we use this break statement here, okay. So this is how break statement works. Let's see another example where we will calculate uh, okay, let's see an example where we will calculate the percentage of a students, okay. Calculate percentage of student, okay. So what we will do in this program is we will get the input from the user, okay, and we will iterate within that particular loop, okay. We will use the while condition here, and we will iterate until the user wants to stop that loop, okay. So let's say uh, let's see what is the criteria for that, okay. First, get the user input, okay, user name and marks as input from the user, okay. Second, calculate student percentage. Third, we will prompt to the user if user wants to continue or not. And fourth, based on the user given input, we will based on the user given input, we will decide whether we need to continue further or not, okay. Decide further continuation or not, okay. So let's write a program, okay. So what we need to do is, in this case, we need to execute infinite times, okay, because we don't know how many times the user wants to run this program, okay, or for how many users or how many students the user wants to run this program, okay. So let's write while true, okay. So this statement basically will take this program into infinity loop, okay. So while true, let's get the input, user name and the marks as a input from the user. So student underscore name is equal to input. Since this is the string input which we will receive from user, so we will not do the typecasting here. So enter the student name, okay, and student marks is equal to. So this basically we can get it into float data type. So we'll use the float typecasting here. Float input, enter the student marks, okay. Now what we need to do is we need to calculate the student percentage, okay. So let's do one thing. Let's define one function which basically will uh, accept a one parameter, okay, which is the student marks, and then calculate the student percentage, and then return us the student percentage, okay. So let's use the let's create one function here. Def student percentage, or calc student percentage, okay. Okay, and let's and this function basically will accept one parameter which is stud marks, okay. Let's calculate the percentage is equal to, okay. So here what we will do is we will define the constant marks, okay. Const underscore marks, because this will remain constant for all the students, right? So we will not put any validation here, we will just calculate the percentage based on the given marks. So let's say if stud marks divide by constant marks, into 100. Okay, and return percentage here. Okay, this can be written in a single line also. So if you want to write this program, I mean, if you want to optimize this code, you can directly use, like, write this stud max divided by constant max into 100. Okay, so you don't have to write this two lines of code. It can be done in a one line. Okay, and it is always better to write the doxing on the function level. Okay, so calculate student percentage based on the given marks. Okay, now what we will do here is we will call this function. Okay, calc student percentage, and here we need to pass the student marks. Okay, and let's print the student percentage here. Print, let's use the f string. The percentage of student is student percentage. Okay, and let's so till here we have completed. Okay, calculate the student percentage, and we have printed the student percentage. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are prompting the user if the user wants to continue or not. Okay, so user underscore input is equal to input, do you want to continue? Okay, so let's say if not user underscore input dot lower is equal to yes. Okay, so this what it will do is it will check if the user input is yes. Okay, then it will continue further. If the user input is not yes, okay, then it will break this loop. Okay, and let's print the message to the user, your program executed successfully. Okay, okay, now let's run this program and see the output. Okay, python 08 underscore control underscore statement dot py. Okay, so as soon as I run this program, the program is asking me to provide the student name. Okay, so I will provide kgtex as a student name. Student marks I will give as a 500. Okay, and now you can see here based on the so in this statement the control has moved to this calc student function. It has calculated the percentage and it has written to this student percentage variable. Okay, and this message has got printed over here. Okay, the percentage of the kg text is 83%. Okay, and it has asked the user, do you want to continue? Okay, so if I want to continue further, if I type yes, it will again ask me to enter the student name. Okay, so this time I will give, let's say, Rahul. Let's say the percentage, sorry, marks, student marks are 550. It has calculated the percentage and it has displayed the message over here. Okay, and this time I don't want to continue. Okay, so I will just give no here. Okay, you can see here as soon as I have given the no here, the program has got terminated, and we have got this message here. Okay, the program executed successfully. Okay, now let's see how we can use the continue statement. Okay, let me comment this code. Continue statement. Okay, so continue statement basically we use when for certain conditions if you don't want to execute the further code. Okay, so let's take a simple example where we will find out the if and sorry even and odd numbers, and if the numbers are odd numbers we will add those numbers into one of the list. Okay, so let's define one list here. Odd numbers list is equal to blank list. Okay, so what we will do is we will find out the numbers. Okay, let's loop from loop the numbers between 1 to 100 and move the odd numbers in odd number list. Okay, or we can basically say let's print what are the odd numbers are available inside the 1 to 100. Okay, so let's loop. Okay, for number in range of 1 I am giving as a start value, and I need to iterate this loop till 100 times, right? So I will give 101 and by default the step value will be 1. Okay, so let's say if number mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, or let's add the numbers here. Okay, so odd number, odd underscore number underscore list dot append. Okay, so we haven't seen the list yet, but we will cover that in upcoming videos. Okay, so just follow along with me, and here I will give the number. Okay, and print program executed successfully. Okay, and let's print the odd numbers here. If I save and run this program, you can see all the items, all the numbers between 1 to 100 has got printed here. Okay, and then we have got this program executed successfully. But what we need to do here is we need to check if all the odd numbers we need to write it inside this list, right? So we need to check if number mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, if those, if these numbers are even, then what we need to do is we need to continue further. Okay, now if we run this program, you can see all the odd numbers which is available between 1 to 100 has got added into this list. Okay, and program has printed all the odd number to us here. Okay, between 1 to 100 number. Okay, so this is how continuous statements work basically. So this what will happen when, if let's say when the this program will get executed when the number is a even number, let's say 2. So 2 mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so it will come to this continuous statement, and this continuous statement will take the control to the next iteration. It will not execute the further line of code which is below the continuous statement. Okay, and then the number will become a 3 here. So when this 3 uh, when this condition will be get checked. Okay, so 3 mod 2 is equal to 0, this condition will be get false, and this code will be get executed, this line of code will be get executed. Okay, and then the 3 will be get added to this odd number list. Okay, now when it will come to the fourth number, so fourth mod 2 is equal to 0. Yes, this is true. So again this continuous statement will get executed, and from here the control will move to the next iteration. Okay, and this is how the further execution happens, and it will pick all the odd numbers into the list, and it basically prints all the odd numbers in the console here. Let's see the last statement, which is else statement. Okay, so else statement we have seen. Okay, let's take an example, one practical example. Let's define one list, my fruit list. Okay, is equal to, let's say, mango, apple, cherry, kiwi. Okay, so let's see where we can use the else statement. Okay, so for fruit in my fruit list, print fruit. Okay, and here we can use the else statement. Okay, so print executed, or let's write processed all the items in my fruit list. Okay, now let's run this program and see. Okay, now you can see it has processed all the items. Okay, so basically this for loop, it iterate within this list. Okay, it picked one by one item inside this list and it has printed us here. Okay, if you want to take any action on this, or if you want to write any further code, we can do that here. So let's say, let's write a program where we will find the cherry here. Okay, if cherry in my fruit list, or we already have list, right? If fruit is equal to cherry, let's break this statement. Okay, or else let's print all the fruits available inside this my list. Okay, now you can see if I run this program again, this program will, oh sorry, we have a cherry here. uh, okay, let's use banana here. Okay, now if I run this program, you can see mango has got printed, or all the items which is available inside this list has printed. Okay, and after printing, after execution, the execution of this all the fruits, okay, inside this my fruit list, we have got this else statement here. Okay, so process all the items in the my fruit list. Okay, but let's say if we have a banana. Okay, if we are breaking this statement. Okay, let's say banana, and what we are doing here is we are breaking this statement. Okay, so now if I run this statement, sorry, run this program, you can see when it came here to the banana, it break this statement here. Okay, it break those for loops here, and now you can see we didn't get the process all, all the items in the fruit my fruit list. Okay, so you can see here this process all the items in my fruit list has not printed over here. Okay, in the console. So that is because the else statement, which basically executes when this particular loops executes normally. Okay, or you can say when it executes end to end without encountering any break statement. Okay, so then only this print will be get executed. Okay, so that you can use it for the, in the real time scenarios, you can use it for let's say for logging purpose or something, or for any other reasons also. Okay, which will tell you this loop, this loop basically executes end to end. Okay, or this statement you can see banana could not found in the given list. Okay, and let's delete the banana from here. Okay, so this is how you can write the program in your real-time scenarios. Okay, you can see here banana could not found in the given list. So that's it for today's video, guys. Please do like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.